First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles, elders of GMS, from Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Lab on down. Salutations to the hopeful elect, and to the Akim out there pushing this word in sincerity and in dedication and in determination and in diligence. Alright, this is Brother Kabash from the Jamaica camp. Right, and what I want to touch on today is how we are saved, according to the precepts, because you have other Israelite camps that teach that we GMS say that if you don't speak the Hebrew, you can't be saved, which is nonsense. And talking about IUIC, in this doctrine, in this classroom, sit down, the Israelites, the name doctrine destroyed. They're saying that if we don't speak the Hebrew, we can't be saved. And them themselves believe that if you don't keep the law 100%, then you can't be saved. So it's nonsense on both ends. Right? And we're just going to touch into two scriptures basically that show you exactly. I mean, we can do more. We can do tons of scriptures, endless scriptures that show you that this thing is all about faith. But just to let the lesson be short and to the point, we're just gonna bring out two precepts, that show you that the real essence of this truth is having faith in Yahushua, right? Faith in the Son of the Heavenly Father, right? That He will bring us back or reconcile us to Yahweh. That's basically it, yo. Yes, we rehearse the laws, but we know that rehearsing the laws will not get us any points, will not get us any favor with the Lord, right? It's nothing that we do. It's not the fact that we go out on the highways and the byways, right? It's not the fact that we put up videos. It's not the fact that we throw tides. It's nothing that we do, yo. It's all belief. It's all faith. It's all because we have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and because we are sincere towards the truth and towards the Akim, towards the brotherhood. That's really the most important thing, yo. Right? The most important thing is having a conscience towards this truth, having a conscience towards Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and His laws, right? And truly being sincere towards the brotherhood, yo. That's really what we're gonna get you delivered, right? And the most important thing, right, is that you have to be a member of the elect, yo. The Lord has to choose you. If you're not chosen, then it doesn't matter what you do, yo. You could be the best teacher, right, in the whole of the Israelite faith, right? You could put up 100 videos a week, right? Go out on the highways and the byways 7 days a week, pushing this word, converting a lot of men. If you're not a part of the elect, then you're not gonna be saved, yo. You're just gonna be a castaway after you done do everything and raise up other men, right? So at the end of the day, it's all about faith and being a part of the elect, yo. It's not to say that you should go out and presumptuously break the laws, yo. The laws that you can keep, you rehearse, but that doesn't save you, yo. And we never teach, GMS never teaches that if you don't speak the Hebrew, you will not be saved. We teach that you have to call upon the name of the Lord, the proper name of the Lord, which is in the Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, which is Yahweh, name of the Father, and Yahushua, the name of the Son. So we have faith in those names, and yes, faith in those names will save us according to the precept. Alright, but let's get to it. Alright, this is Ephesians 2, and I'll start at verse 1. And you as He quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins. Alright, because all of us were just like, behaving just like 2/3, yo. We came into this truth, and with the renewing of our mind, we wash off all the old man with the scriptures, and we develop different, mental habits, different spiritual habits, and over time we change our whole outlook on life, right? So we see things differently than the regular Jake around us. We have different opinions, we have different habits, we have different things that we hold dear, and it's all because of the scriptures, right? Where in time past ye walk according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. among whom we also had our conversation in time past in the lust of the flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even others. But Yahweh, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewith he loved us, even when we were dead in sins, hath quickened us together with Yahweh Shai. By grace are ye saved, right? And that's going into the point, right? So, but Yahweh, who is rich in mercy, right? So it's mercy, yo. For his great love wherein he loved us. Who he's talking about? He's talking about the elect of Israel on this side, right? So even when we were dead in sins, he hath quickened us together with Yahweh Shai. How hath he quickened us? By us hearing the word, right, and mixing that word with faith, right? Whether we hear the word from a YouTube video, whether we see the brothers out on the highways and the byways, or any other means, we hear the word. That word is mixed with faith, right, and it quickens us, to believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and to go out and to also do the work in the vineyard, right? And hath raised us up together and made us to sit in heavenly places in Yahushai Mashiach, that in the ages to come he might shew the exceeding riches of his grace, right, in his kindness towards us through Yahushai Mashiach. So the whole mercy, the whole fact that we're getting a kingdom, right, is the riches of his grace, right? The kingdom itself is the riches of Yahweh's grace, through Yahweh Shai, right? That's the whole promise. The whole promise, the whole promise gets fulfilled through Yahweh Shai as the grace of the Most High, For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of works. It is the gift of Yahweh, and that not of yourselves, Salakia. It is the gift of Yahweh, not of works, lest any man should boast. Right? So it's not about what you do, Brothers keep forgetting that. Other Israelite camps don't seem to understand that. This thing is all about faith. This is all about grace and mercy, right? And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, choosing an elect and having mercy on that elect and justifying that elect for himself, right? So that you come before him humbled, right? Because he is the one that gave you a chance. He said, all right, I will have mercy upon you, right? Let's get an example from the Gospels. This is Matthew 8, and I'll start at verse 5. And when Yahushua was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. Yahushua saith unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak thou the word only, and my servant shall be saved. Right? For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another man, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. Right? When Yahushua heard it, he marveled and said unto him, them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of Israel shall be cast out into outer darkness. They shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, talking about the Gentiles, foreigners being grafted in back, And Yahushua said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, right? And as thou hast believed, so shall it be done unto thee, right? And his servant was healed in the self-same hour. So all that centurion did was believe in Yahushua, that Yahushua could heal his servant, And that belief alone got his servant healed, Right? It's as simple as that. It's as simple as hearing the doctrine and believing it, Right? And then that faith is mixed with works, and you go out and you teach, right? And as much as possible, you try to live this word, But the essential thing, right, is belief, The essential thing is having faith in the promises of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? Having faith that when we are in the kingdom, we will be able to keep the laws of the Most High in perfection, right? Having faith that these prophecies will come to pass, right? Having faith that the apostles of GMS are the men of the Lord, having faith that Yahweh is the name of the Father, Yahweh Shai is the name of the Son. Having faith in the doctrine overall, right? Let me just get one final precept. I did say it was going to be two precepts, but you know, let me just get one final one. I think I spelled it correctly. Alright, this is Psalm 32 and verse 2. Alright, let me start verse 1. Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man upon whom the Lord imputed not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. Alright, that's basically talking about the elect, yo. Right, Yahweh through Yahushua has forgiven the elect of their transgressions and covered their sins and has not imputed iniquity unto them, yo. It's not that the elect is, without sin, and not corrupt, but the Lord has forgiven that and covered that, yo. Not because of anything that they have done special, but because He has chosen them from the foundation of the world. That's why they're perfect, yo, and righteous, because the Lord said that they are righteous, because the Lord had mercy on them, yo. So you have to remember that, that's the foundation, yo. The Lord choosing you, have mercy upon you, and justify you, right? Not because of what you've done, but because of His mercy. That's it. And because of your faith in His Son. Alright, so with that, I hope that was edifying to the elect, alright, to the hopeful elect. Alright, so that would say, Shalom.